All right, apologies for that little delay, everyone. Not sure. I think Twitch is just being Twitch at the moment, but welcome back. We are back with our second race of the night between Chex and Fox. Joined on comms tonight by Sliver and by Twinmo. How are you two doing?
We're good. Or at least I'm good. I can't speak for Sean, but I'm good.
But I have some good news.
You have good news?
I have good news.
What's the
It's
good
League.
news?
It's League right now.
It's League.
It's happening.
It's no longer almost League. League is now.
Well, I am going to hand it over to you two while we try and get this race going before Twitch tells us to go to hell. So, take it over. Here we go.
All right, fantastic. We have this wonderful matchup between Chexhuman and FoxLisk in the Tower of Hera division. These two runners put qualifier times that were within 10 seconds of each other, so we should have a pretty good race tonight.
I would tell you what their PBs are, but Fox's splits are incredibly stupid and are like completely unreadable. So I'm just going to go with your word on that they were close. So Sean, do you want to explain what we mean by rando NMG?
Sure. You might be familiar with the A Link to the Past randomizer. Well, this is a sort of a ROM hack that is done using the A Link to the Past randomizer, keeping all of the items in their vanilla locations, but giving us some quality of life improvements that the rando community has, including like quick swap, using the bumper buttons to swap between items instead of having to press the start button every time. As you can see, there's no big cutscene with Zelda taking the first 30 seconds of the game. They're out in 11. So taking out a lot of the text boxes is going to save a good bit of time, as well as the menuing, because it's 1 second every time you have to switch items in vanilla NMG.
Yeah, so we won't be seeing a lot of the... Well, we might still see some menu buffers. I'm not 100% positive, but yeah, that would be about the only time that we'd see a menu, is if they were doing a menu buffer for like the hammer jump, for example.
Yeah, and quick swap does take a little getting used to, because you do lean heavily upon your pause buffers in vanilla NMG. The other two huge differences between this and vanilla NMG is that 2 rail clips are allowed in this mode. One of them in Ice Palace we call Icebreaker, using the Cane of Samaria to bypass a barrier in there and make the dungeon a whole lot faster. And one called Diver Down, which you can use in Swamp Palace to some good things, as we see Fox mess up the first guard.
Yeah, left slasher's in shambles right now. It's supposed to be faster. I don't know how many frames faster. It's frames, and not a lot of frames.
Yeah, I've seen anywhere from 0 to 12. It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, so we will see a much different route through the last half of the game versus a vanilla NMG run. Because those 2 rail clips are allowed in this rando NMG rule set. So we'll either see Mire and then Swamp or Ice, I can't remember, and I can't read splits because foxes are so tiny, or we'll see Swamp and then Mire.
So I see this thing mentioned in chat, Twin. What does MSU mean?
Oh, it means we get better music. So in the randos, you often hear runners using a different music pack. So I believe we're listening to Foxes right now, which is, I believe, Mystic Quest. So we get to listen to the wonderful bangers of the Mystic Quest soundtrack instead of the Link to the Past. vanilla music. There are so many MSUs out there that are really good. It's hard to narrow it down to just a few that you want to use on a regular basis, but there are so many good ones. And then there's some that make my ears bleed because there's too much Flintstones in the MSU pack, but you know, whatever.
Both players walking out with the princess, which is pretty good. That's maybe not always the case on restreams during League, but we got it this time.
We see that Fox remembered to grab the lamp. Let's hope Chex did as well. But yeah, because of no text boxes and the quick swapping, the escape is what, like 40 seconds faster if you're really good?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the first couple splits are except for the menuing thing, they're pretty much just like regular NMG. We're going to be doing the same things, going the same places. It's just a little bit faster than vanilla.
I do have to say, from a racer standpoint, it's nice that when I do have to reset, and I reset a lot, that you don't have to mash buttons for 30 seconds to get out of bed.
Yeah, you gotta mash those buttons to get that frame perfect hop. I mean, come on, let's go. I don't see either runner skipping St. Cart.
Yeah, especially not Fox, because he's taken a bunch of damage, but also Fox seems to think that skipping St. Cart is a meme.
It's a scam. It really is. Because you think you're saving all that time by not picking it up, but you end up having to play a little bit differently a little bit later in the game, in my opinion.
Right, like as soon as you get hit down to one hit KO, then you spend all 2 seconds that you just saved not getting Sankart, trying not to die.
Exactly. So, I understand that a lot of the top level runners will skip it during like PB attempts, but usually during races you don't see many skippers.
So skipping Sankart is very much runner dependent. I usually see if people have a decent amount of health coming out of escape, like they're on 2 or 2.5 hearts, then they will skip the Sankart. But if they're on 1.5 and half, like we just saw, they're definitely just gonna get it for the refill.
Doom to pumping, by the way. So Doom to pumping. Let me put that in chat for you. It's a speedrun strat where you try to get Link to move a little bit faster by mashing the directional buttons when you're moving in a specific way. And you can often tell when somebody's doing it because Link turns the direction that they're mashing.
Yeah, so you might have noticed on those staircases, I was watching FoxLisk side. I didn't see if Chex was doing it, but as they get to the top of the staircase, Fox was having Link face left and then face up. That is what is called a stair cancel. You can actually skip the last 2 or 3 stairs in a staircase by using a cardinal direction rather than telling Link to go up.
It's kind of crazy how optimized Link's movement can be. You think it's a simple, just hold the direction button, but it's really not. There's a lot of little things that you can do to get this little guy to move faster.
Yeah, new things are being found all the time. I think stair canceling, I believe we knew of it for a while, but we didn't know how it worked until relatively recently.
Yeah, even in this 30-plus-year-old game, new stuff is always being found, and it's fantastic. I love it. So we need to keep an eye on our rupees. We do still have to pay the monkey and buy the flippers and all of that. So we do have to pay attention to that. Fox is a little bit better off than Chex is at the moment, but I don't think either one has seen their red drop yet.
Yeah, so we need 110 rupees to get into Palace of Darkness, but luckily money grows on trees in Hyrule, so we will be harvesting a bit of that. You need at the very least 5 rupees. The runners will want to have more so they can... and as you see, Fox gets a nice drop there, but misses the Igor. Yeah, but you need to have at least 5. They want more so that they can skip some of those rupees that drop off of the trees, because they're kind of slow to get.
Yeah, the blue ones especially. When we get there, we'll have to see if Fox does the swaggy boom strat to pick up the reds. But yeah, so we'll talk about more when we get there. But we get to go get boots. Oh, Chex got a gold there on that Eastern split. Very nice. But yeah, boots. Boots make things more fun. Let's go.
And you don't get the ice rod hint here. You don't have to talk about the history of Hyrule, and we are robbing an old man on Chex's side.
That's surprising for a runner of his time. Usually that's like a slow one like me. Mushroom lag? I mean, I know that Rando has more lag than normal.
So where you're going to see it more prevalently is in the Lost Woods when they dashboard the mushroom. But coming up here when they pass the dam, you'll also see some lag. That's because this does work on the randomizer, and there's some extra querying going on that the ROM is doing. It's asking basically what is in this place, like which sprite do I need to put in this spot, and that's the lag that you're seeing there. Whereas the vanilla ROM doesn't have to do that for obvious reasons.
Huh. Maybe I just haven't paid enough attention. That is interesting. Well, while we're waiting for them to get to desert, what does the Tower of Hera division mean? Like, is that the top tier division, or...?
Yes, so there are 3 divisions in NMG League. There's the Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, and Tower of Hera divisions. Eastern Palace being the 17 to 24 seeds. Desert Palace being the 9 to 16 seeds, and Tower of Hera, this division being 1 to 8 seeds. I believe FoxLisk is the... Oh, there are 4 divisions. What is the 4th division called?
Is it Hyrule Castle? Or Aga Tower? Hyrule Castle? Is that for the... Did we have that many runners sign
Yes,
up?
we had, I believe, 29 runners put in
Ooh.
time.
Nice.
Yeah, so we had a few people migrate over from the rando community that are kind of looking to dip their toes into NMG, but were kind of put off by stuff like text boxes and having to menu everywhere, so it's a little more accessible to them.
And the more people we can get hooked on NMG, the better. I mean, not hooked. It's not a drug.
No, you're right.
Not at all. I forget how boring Light World is.
I wouldn't call it boring, but there are certainly more exciting dungeons to come.
I mean, we are coming up on Landmo, but this is rando, so a lot of the bosses' RNGs are seeded. Is that correct?
I believe every boss's RNG is seeded, so you're gonna see everybody get the same patterns on all of the bosses. So, no complaining about that. And the biggest change, though, is no blue balls from Aga 1.
Nice. But Aga 2 can still throw blue balls.
No, he cannot.
No blue balls at all, then?
That was a topic in I believe the main Discord, that one of the developers said that the Aga blue ball RNG is linked between the two fights. I don't know if that's a rando only thing, but it is no blue balls all the time.
Okay, so I know for qualifiers, y'all were running the same seed, but races it's a whole new seed, right? Like, it's not the same.
Yes, this is not the same seed as the qualifier seed, so they don't know which pattern is coming here for Landmo, but it will be the same for both runners. That Mystic Quest boss music is just too good.
So it looks like Fox had a slightly better Lamo fight. Lamo just sucks anyway.
Yeah, Landmo is still Landmo, even though they both get the same patterns.
Chex with the swaggy boom. Let's go. So I'm assuming somebody's timed this out because I don't see people doing it, but how much slower is grabbing Ice Rod here and then doing a water walk to the portal?
Grabbing Ice Rod here it's fairly dangerous. Obviously FoxLisk can't do that because he doesn't have a bomb. I guess you could try the 50-50 rock. I wonder if that's why Chex robbed Sahasrahla, though. No, it looks like he's just gonna fake Flipper. But from our limited testing that we've done over the last month, it is about 2.5 seconds slower to grab the Ice Rod and Water Walk versus just grabbing the Ice Rod and fluting away somewhere else later on.
Okay. That's the kind of things you don't really... I don't know. As a vanilla speedrunner, I just follow the route. I don't try to think of new things. So it's interesting to see how different the rando ROM is, the route.
Yeah, and after Mothula is killed, we're actually going to see some route divergence here, so that will be fairly exciting. I hope you can watch two screens at once as Chex is getting bullied by cabbages.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I may have taken the heal from Old Man here. Because there's no text boxes, so it's just that much safer.
Yeah, you just lose 2 screen transitions rather than dying.
Yeah, and then having to do it all again. Ooh, we had a bomb climb from Chex.
All right, and here's our first thing over on FoxLisk's screen that is a little different in Rando. Usually you have to hit the switch twice, but you can just boom that key.
Now, there was something discussed earlier in a stream I was watching about bomb spin speed in this room. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Fox is just not quite getting there.
Yeah, so Fox is actually trying to do the fancy item dash. With Quick Swap, there's no reason to do the boom dash. You can just pick up the pots all on the bottom and shoot an arrow. As he does finally get it. Little late. Oh! I don't know how the boomerang missed that and brought it to him. Yeah,
We'll
Check's
check
playing it
Tigged's
safe
death
here.
work here.
I would, but I'm a coward, so... Yep, looks like it.
Okay.
So, dying to emulate a save and quit to save time in the overworld is not allowed, but dying somewhere there, which is slower and does not save time, is allowed.
Fox isn't looking so great on hearts either.
And we're coming up on Mr. Moldorm here, which is still... It's still the same old Moldorm that you know and love.
We love him? I mean...
No, otherwise why would you get so close to him?
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm slightly concerned about Fox's spoilers. Okay. We made it through fine. Okay. Phew.
I think he was referring to the dance that he had to do there. Which, Chex getting bounced twice there.
How did that sword hit? The hitboxes in this game can sometimes be so wonky.
Yeah, so I'm not actually sure how it works, but especially when Moldorm is coiled, you can swing your sword and it'll clink off, and sometimes it'll just hit the tail. I don't know if it's frame rule based or what.
Okay, so here's where we need to worry about the tree rupees. I think Fox can skip a couple of blues, is that right?
Yeah, so you need 44 to be able to skip a red. He doesn't seem like he wants to do math right now, so he's just going to grab the 3 blues and probably just all 4 reds.
Math is hard.
Actually, no, he does get to skip a red here, because that puts him at 107, and he can get 6 in Agate Tower. Alright.
Okay. But that's if he doesn't get hit. So we don't want to jinx either of our runners who are doing tree pulls. Checks. I mean, we don't want him to get hit either, but Fox definitely has to make sure he doesn't get hit. Otherwise, those tree rupee packs are all messed up. Here's that swaggy boom strat.
Alright, well, he only got 2 of them, but that's all he really needed.
Yeah.
Chex, of course, not having to deal with any of that and just running out of the forest.
So, Agate Tower can be both incredibly frustrating, but so satisfying to do well.
Yeah,
Whereas,
it's a very technical dungeon. There's definitely ways to do things right, and you lose a lot of time if you mess up. I say a lot, it's probably a second or a second and a half each time. Alright, Fox, you can blame that one on me.
Gets the back up though. That's nice.
Okay, nice little triple dash fairy skip. And checks with the normal fairy skip strat. So you're seeing Fox put quick swap to good use. In normal NMG, like vanilla NMG, you wouldn't have your boomerang out here because it's not worth menuing to it. But right now, I mean, quick swap takes literally no time, so you can swap back and forth and do some faster room strats that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Yeah, that's really nice. I've never really tried quick swap. I'm just going to put that out there right now. But it really feels like it would take so much more brain power to get through a run. With the quick...
Somewhat, yeah. Because you do need to always be thinking about what do I need equipped and how do I get there, basically. So I know what some people do is in Rando you use trackers, and some people just use a tracker just to know what the layout of their menu is, so they know how many bumper buttons to press to get to what they need.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. It's hard enough for me to run this game. Anyway, I apologize if you can hear those fireworks. I'll turn my mic off for a minute.
Well, so you had to learn how to menu for vanilla NMG anyway, right? So it's just learning how to menu again, just in a different way.
True. That's true. But sometimes this old brain doesn't like to work.
Fair enough. Why not 15 blue balls? Because we're not all masochists, only foxes, so unfortunately we're stuck at 0.
Is Fox trying to get the boom to clip out? Like, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I think he's just throwing the boomerang because he's got nothing else to do at the moment.
Gotcha. So I don't think routing in pod changes much, unless you're a hover
but
right?
No, but there are some quick swap shenanigans that you can do. If you can do the menuless bomb jump, that saves you a lot more time in this mode than it would in vanilla NMG. Because you don't have to menu at all, versus in NMG, you have to menu at least twice. You have to menu the bombs and then menu the mirror. One of the time saves that I don't know if either runner is going to do this, but normally in NMG, before you go into the mimic room, you fill up on hearts so that you have sword beams for downstairs. And because we have quick swap, we don't necessarily need to do that. So you can save somewhere around 2 or 215 by skipping the parts under the pots before going into the mimic room.
That takes some balls. I mean, I'm sorry. Helmet is too scary for going in there on that few of hearts.
At this level, they're probably not going to get into trouble on Helma. And if I just commentator cursed somebody, I'm sorry. Alright, let's see these hammer yumps. I was watching a little bit during the last one, and I believe both of them had a little trouble with it. It's certainly... the trick certainly doesn't get easier in this mode.
Yeah, this strat is never free.
Fox opting to go with a semi-bufferless setup. Let's see what Chex does here. Yeah, just use the buffers.
It's so much better than failing and having to do the whole, leave
Oh,
the
yeah.
room and set it up again.
Well, if you fail it, you don't only lose 18 seconds, you also lose a bomb. Which, alright, here's that heart skip I was talking about. Save a couple seconds.
Ooh, and the nice arrow drop. Very good. Oh, no!
Oh!
Oh.
Bonk is always really scary.
Okay,
Ooh, and a
so
sexy statue over by Chex.
there's no text boxes. There's quick swap. Why not fast walls?
You're gonna have to take that up with Can, I think.
Seeing as how I've never spoken to Can, it probably wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. The rando community hasn't embraced fast walls yet either, so I think we're just... So this rule set, in particular, like, they have... The moderators have stated that they want to stick with the no glitches required rando rule set. So if rando adopts it, then vanilla will adopt it, presumably, but I don't see it happening until then.
Fox is struggling to get spin speed here. Looks like he did finally get it. But he spent most of phase 1 trying to get that.
That's a nice position for the Helmosaur, just flipped halfway out of the room there.
Alright, so on to Thieves Town now, which... This split and the next split are about as close to the vanilla NMG run as you can get, if I remember correctly.
Right. There's a little bit of difference when you get your tempered sword. So normally in vanilla NMG, you have to take the smith in, return him to his buddy, leave the house, go back into the house, give them your sword, leave the screen, come back, and get your tempered sword. In this, all you have to do is return the smith, exit the house, come back in, and then you just get your tempered sword. You don't have to leave the screen. And FoxLisk paying a little tribute to his opponent there by digging twice. If you guys are not familiar with Chexhuman, he does tend to dig 2 holes, not on purpose, but accidentally. I would say it's not uncommon to see in his runs.
Well, while we're heading to Thieves Town, you should definitely follow both of these runners. Chex has a lot of glitched experience and does a lot of fun, niche, glitched runs, like heavily glitched runs. I think he's been working on some swordless no EG, which is, it boggles my mind. And then Fox has mainly just been doing this recently, but he's also a really great runner. So definitely follow both of these players, as they are very good at this game.
Yeah, so Fox was actually, while most people were arguing over Mire first or Swamp first, Fox went a completely different route and tested, instead of getting the tempered sword, using your master sword until after Ice Palace, and then after you do Swamp Palace, you go up and you get the butter sword and the silvers. I believe he has decided to not do that anymore, but it was fun to watch.
I'm sorry, but Master Sword Argus and Master Sword Vidi are not fun. And Master Sword Cold.
Master Sword Vidi was, I think, what basically killed it for him.
Yeah.
As a very nice God Pixel there.
Ugh. It's not always God Pixel and Rando, right?
It's the same as vanilla, where you can get blocked by the enemies, but yeah, if you get on that pixel and the enemies aren't in your way, then you will always run right through the room, just like normal.
Oof, rough RNG for Fox
Yeah,
there. That was a bad read. I think that was one RNG where you're supposed to go down.
So
That's okay. Nobody's ever died on blind, right?
I have never seen anybody die twice to blind before, especially not somebody who really does not like shields.
So, how much time does cutting out or running on the random ROM typically save a runner? I'm really bad at math, so
Over the full run?
correct, over the full run.
So just looking at the top 5 to 10 times and looking at their NMG times, it's almost exactly 10 minutes. So the world record in this category is a 1:13:00 by Error, and Error's normal NMG time is a 1:23:00. Until recently, Relkin had a 1:24 2x and a 1:14 4x, but he has beaten that. He now has a 1:14:05. Yeah, so if you look at both leaderboards, most people are going to be around that 10-minute mark apart.
10 minutes of mashing. I can see why people want to run this.
I would say it's probably 5.5 minutes of mashing, probably 2.5 to 3 minutes of menus, and then various and sundry other things. Just doing rooms faster because of quick swap and such.
Also, Fox needs to be banned for that pun that he put in chat. Bad pun.
We'll give him an F for FoxLisk.
Wait, did we see a chest turn? And I just didn't notice? Ooh,
I know Chex did a chest turn in the brewery.
That's what it was. Okay. Like, I don't remember Fox going for many chest turns. Okay, so we picked up 600 rupees there. So we have enough to buy the flippers. And will be our last purchase this run. And we'll pick... Wait a minute. I was going to say we pick flippers up after Skull Woods, but we don't, do we?
So Chex will, because he's going to be headed to Swamp Palace, but what Fox is going to do is he's going to go to Death Mountain, he's going to get the Ether Medallion, he's going to go into Misery Mire. Because of those rail clips that I mentioned before, one of them requires the Cane of Samaria, the other it's just suggested. So you want to prioritize Mire before Ice Palace at least. You can do Mire before Swamp Palace, but there is also a way to do that diver down glitch with bombs. And doing Swamp Palace before Mire gives you hookshot in some places that you wouldn't have it if you did Mire first, where it really shines is hook climbing on the mountain, which saves, I believe, 2 seconds and 15 frames on that ladder climb. But where I really like having the hookshot is going to the Mire big chest, because if you bonk on that dash on the way to the big chest, you have to reset the entire room because there's a falling bridge in that room. And that loses 22 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's not fast at all. So we had a question in chat. So just to remind everybody, this is the NMG run, speedrun, but on a rando ROM. So everything is vanilla, but it's in the same... Yeah, it's like a Plando, exactly.
Yeah, that's actually how they have to generate this, because in the randomizer, you actually cannot have a key in the dark maze of Palace of Darkness. just because of how key logic works. It is a no-logic plando, technically, because in the vanilla game, they did not account for some certain situations that you may get into that the randomizer devs have so graciously patched out for them.
Oh, speaking of patches, since this is Rando ROM,
Ooh.
that means there's no jingle glitch.
Correct, you cannot despawn GT.
What about Ice Palace? Can you still jingle glitch in Ice Palace?
I don't know, but if you can't do it in a randomizer seed, then you can't do it in this.
I don't know. I've never actually seen it done. I've just heard stories about it. So, oh, they fixed Ice Palette as well. Okay. So yeah, until we converge on Ice Palace, I don't know who's ahead here. I'll have to just kind of wait and see. And enjoy the water walking from Chex.
Yeah, Fox was a few seconds ahead coming out of Skullwoods, but so from our timing, the route that Chex is taking is just a little bit slower than the one that Fox is taking if Fox gets perfect RNG. If Fox gets blocked by enemies on certain screens that he's going to have to do, or if Fox gets hit by certain enemies on screens that he's going to have to do, then that gap closes a lot. If one thing goes wrong for Fox, then Chex's route is basically time neutral.
Okay, so Malmo just said, because this is technically no logic with that key and dark maze and pod, you can jingle glitch in GT and Ice Palace. So the runners will still have to be aware of that. Unless I read that wrong.
Yeah, both of these runners are extremely versed in no logic rando. I know I've seen both of them doing heavy glitch rando.
Oh yeah. We need to do another no logic tournament. Bring back no logic tournament.
I believe Malmo said before that this year is HMG and then no logic may be coming back next year, depending on TOs.
Yes. The no logic tournament was a lot of fun.
No logic in 2024 and maybe a mentor tournament this winter. Fantastic, because I need some mentoring. I need to know how to cheat.
I need to learn some of those glitches. I really enjoyed learning the HMG glitches. So if you guys run vanilla rando, or just no major glitches rando, not necessarily vanilla, and maybe you're getting a little bored with it, look into learning some of the overworld glitches or the HMG, which is hybrid major glitches. It's a lot of fun to kind of just bounce Link all over the map and make him go places that he's not supposed to be. So it's a lot of fun.
Alright, we're seeing some spooky action here from Fox. As, I believe we may be having some difficulties. Okay, we have him back. Shout out to Restreamer for some live hocus pocus here.
He's still buffering on my screen. Let me refresh. Okay, there we go. Wow, we skipped like half of Swamp. Great.
So I didn't get to see it, but since he has bombs equipped, I wonder if he did the bomb diver down for left side, which is actually slower than just doing it the vanilla way. Just because of how all the enemies on that super tile interact with having an extra bomb on the screen, it causes a hell of a lot of lag.
So when does Chex pick up Quake from Catfish?
I believe he's doing Tam's route, which means that he will pick it up before he does Ice Palace. So after Meyer, before Ice Palace.
Okay, so Fox is done with Meyer. He got Quick Fish, and then he's gonna just do the mirror and get the flippers, and then go to Ice, right? And then do Swamp. Okay.
This is going to be similar to what you would see in a normal NMG run.
Okay. And then, so we're not going to be synced up dungeon-wise until Turtle Rock.
Until Turtle Rock, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, if you blinked, you missed that very, very nice bomb diver down on Chex's side. He did that very, very quickly. What the acceleration from the bomb clips you into the rail, and once you jump off the ledge, the game puts you in the underworld, which allows you to walk under the water and allows you to take a little faster route through the dungeon.
So that was a very nice zero cycle Argus from Chex. He was able to recover from missing a couple of those, being a little slow on those puffs, but still got the zero cycle. Really nice.
So another advantage of the Swamp First route is what you're going to see right here. Oh, right. Ether. Never mind. So why I do Swamp before Meyer is because I'm bad, and I get hit a lot. So I like to guarantee that I'm going to have sword beams from Meyer too. So I don't get to hook climb, but I do get to be safe.
Decent icebreaker from Fox. It was second try, but he got it.
Yeah, so it's just double pixel perfect positioning to get the diver down. You just have to do it very quickly and try not to menu during it.
The nice thing about doing Icebreaker in the vanilla run is if you're not super comfortable with Ice Palace, you can always grab the big key and grab Blue Mail. It's slow, but it is that little extra bit of protection if you feel like you need it.
Yeah, and grabbing the big key and going through the big key door is actually the fastest route. So you're gonna have the big key anyway. Yeah, and like chat says, it's not even that slow. I think it only costs maybe 10 to 12 seconds for the whole thing. For some safety. And Fox making Cold Stare look easy and making me a little jealous, actually.
Same. That fight is so hard.
Oh, missed Fire Rod there by Chex. Can still get the torches on the first cycle, but he's going to be down a Fire Rod shot.
He can pick up the small magic pot in the spike key room and still be okay.
Now it's Fox's turn to go through Swamp Palace, and you'll see the version of Diver Down that uses the Cane of Samaria rather than the bombs. But basically, he's going to do all the same things that Chex did.
Not as limited as the red mail is, Yoho. I always thought getting red mail in GT was kind of a big, just like slap in the face, like, haha. Have this great protection for the last like 20 minutes, maybe, if you're casual.
I think just getting blue mail versus just getting red mail is probably a lot faster. Oh, checked Samaria bonking and still getting through the door? Okay. I mean, it's slower, but it worked. Oh, and missing the first spike, so no Spooky 3, but hopefully we'll get the Spooky 2 here.
Yeah, Spooky 2 is the one you really don't want to miss. I feel like Spooky 3 is not that much slower.
It's 2 or 3 seconds, but yeah, Spooky 2 is the big one. That's 7 or 8.
Those heckin' hovers in Swamp Palace, the hot dog bugs, the Phelps, the Tektites, whatever you want to call them, their movements just irk me so badly. You think they're gonna go short, and then they go long, and they just run you over, and just they should all die. Sorry, mild rant.
No, rant away. Here in Pennsylvania, we have bugs just like that, that just kind of sit on top of the water and skip around erratically. So I'm very familiar with that type of thing. So here, Chex is gonna go grab his Quake Medallion, and then go down to the Whirlpool and go into Ice Palace. And then I think we can tell how far they are apart from when they open the chest to get the Ice Rod, because I don't believe either one has gotten it yet.
I think Chex might have, actually. Because I think was it Chex or Fox that got hit by the crabs? Somebody has it. Unless I'm hallucinating, which, I mean, it's possible.
Well, I believe you. If you say Chex has it, then I believe you. It's not like we're gonna see a start menu, so
I guess we'll
Go with the flow
see
here.
where they go after this dungeon. Both of them. That was a very nice Samaria diver down there from Fox.
yeah, I have to learn that sword buffering technique because I still dive in the water
Yeah,
to
that's
get my
how I
1
learned
pixel
it.
down.
Alright, Fox saved the 0 cycle there on Argus as well. And he caught the crystal before it broke. Claps.
So
All around.
Chex went up and hit the switch. Okay, we're gonna see the alternate Ice Palace route. So you do lose 2 screen transitions and switch lag, which is somewhere around 6 or 7 seconds, but this is a good way to skip a good number of chests. I believe it's a rock pickup and a chest grab. So we're getting to see all the fun stuff that you can do here in Vanilla Preset between the 2 runners.
Alright, here's Fox grabbing the ice rod. And Chex is heading into Cold Stare. Okay, I have to say Fox is lucky that he bonked there and didn't jump off the cliff. Because that's just so slow. Okay, here's the moment. Was Twin hallucinating? Or did Chex already get the ice rod?
I think Sean's memory is just bad. I think he's gonna float to 1 here. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, heckin' dead rocks.
Heckin' dead rocks. Oh yeah, also no free quick warp on that Turtle Rock portal anymore. You just have to YOLO it. Chex water walked out of Ice Rod Cave to get the flippers.
That's what it was. That's where he got the water walk. Okay. I thought he got the ice rod about then, but I couldn't remember.
Okay. I know of Tam's route that he came up with, but I've never actually seen it in action. So, first for everything.
All right, just guesstimating, it looks like Chex is about 45 seconds or so behind. Oh, Fox getting the 1 heart where he's not. He's low 1 heart to use the beam strats. Oh well.
I mean, hopefully he gets the Poke 1 fairy so he can beam Crystal Roller Room, because if you can't beam Crystal Roller Room, then...
He got the fairy in Poke 0.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now there is a chance that he'll get the wraparound fairy, but it's not likely. Oh, these chomps. Come on.
Oh,
I hate
yeah,
this
being
room.
extra mean.
And I didn't see if Chex got the fairy or not.
He did before he entered the room.
no.
That's how he got the sword beams.
Dang it. That's rough.
Well, these are the situations that you practice for. This is why I've been running this basically nonstop for a month. Just when you get in these situations, you kind of just have to go.
I need to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, and a bonk and a bunny beam there for Chex. I thought that was good. I thought that dash was going to make it through. I think he had 3 cane casts left, so I don't think he needed the magic just yet. I think he could have gotten... the right side magic, where he could have just done the flap room the slow way. Oh, he used 2 extra. That's a good question, Malmo. Might try to pause and frame roll through it, or maybe hook. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry about that. Did I miss anything? Oh no, Chex. What happened?
Chex is on 1 heart.
Oh, jeez. No!
He fell in the hole, Chex. I don't know if he was trying a cheeky teleport there, and just didn't remember he was at 1 heart, or what happened there, if he just missed the walk, but that is unfortunate.
I don't know. I may have been a chicken at that point and taken the safety door, but I'm sure.
Oh, on 1 heart already having seen the fairy, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you also have to look at it from a racing standpoint, though. Like, he's watching the race. He knows he's behind. Like, you just have to YOLO it. And it just didn't work out. And, you know, that's fine. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. You can pick up those free arrows. Make sure you have plenty for GT. Great. Maybe get another fairy. Nope, but you've got plenty of arrows now.
We see a strat that FoxLisk has been working on. He uses the door unlock to stop his movement so that he's in a good position to hook the skull down there and walk back up. It's
Interesting.
I believe it's like 7 frames slower, but he does it for consistency.
So he has to pick up Torch Key for that, right?
No, because you're opening that door anyway.
Yeah, I just can't remember key route. I just know the route and I do the route.
No, it's the same keys. You always have an extra key there.
Gotcha. Oh, that's right, because you need at least one going up. That's right.
And Chex confirming in chat he did, which is unfortunate.
Still a very solid run up until that. Let's see how GT plays out for him.
Fox deciding 2 arrows are enough, we can leave all the sticks on the ground.
Really nice health going into this gauntlet as well. Not the cursed up slash. Come on. Fairly solid gauntlet.
Yeah,
There's a couple of rooms that
not the most friendly patterns, but seem to navigate them fairly well.
Yeah.
Gauntlet is just one of those things that you just have to do over and over and over again until you've seen everything that the game can throw at you, so you know how to react to it.
Very friendly Moldorm 2 pattern.
Fox cutting through these rooms just like the simulations.
Nice ice armors from Chex.
And Moldorm 2 being a little mean, but Fox kind of running away from it a little bit too. Question in chat, is there another race after this one? I don't believe that ZSR has any more races scheduled after this one. But the NMG League goes on for 3 weeks, and if it's anything like the last league, ZSR is going to put on as many races as physically possible. So you will see a lot of vanilla preset across the networks over the next 3 weeks.
A lot of it depends on if they have commentary or not. So I highly encourage anybody to jump in and and do comms. Even if you're not super familiar, you can get paired up with someone who is, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing comms and getting to do comms with great runners of this game, like Sliver here and others. And I almost always learn something. So doing comms is a great way to get more races put on, as well as learn something.
For me personally, like doing comms is just a way to watch more races and to see how people do things differently than me, rather than just like keep bashing my head against the wall all the time. So, thank you for calming with me, Twin. It's been a lot of fun.
I enjoy comms, and I'm glad when people are willing to do comms with me. So thank you.
And Chex just, I don't want to say quietly killing Ganon's tower, but yeah, he is, well, then I had to curse it and get him frame ruled, but...
Meanwhile, it looks like Fox got Torch Glitch and is just spinning away. I completely missed the first 3 phases of this fight.
Yeah, he navigated them really well. He was doing a lot of Ganon practice before the race started, and Ganon is dead. Get your GGs in chat for FoxLisk, who is going to cross the finish line with an official racetime.gg time of 1:14:41.
And again, I will say Fox's splits are impossible to read, so I don't know if that is good or bad for him.
His PB is 1:14:54, I thought. Is that a PB?
Who knows? Fox's splits suck. I don't even know if Fox knows if that's a PB or not.
Okay, I don't think it's a PB. I think he was... but it is better than the qualifier time that he submitted.
All right, let's
So I don't know if he has
Chex
like
finish this up.
an
sorry,
extra. I don't know if he has like an extra run in the tank or something that he's comparing against, but it does look like his splits are red at the end.
Well, you see, even the green splits I think are positive. So who the heck knows? Fox's splits are just bad.
Fox confirming in the race time room that he did in fact PB. I forgot that Fox flipped the red and green on his splits.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
GG.
Thank you.
Miss PB.
Yeah, not too bad. Still a lot of slop in there, but happy to do it in a race. It's too bad about Chex. It looked like it was pretty close until the Troll Rock fall, which is obviously impossible to come back from.
You guys were, what, about 45 seconds apart entering Turtle Rock?
Oh, it was that much? Oh, wow. We were so close in, like, Skull.
Yeah, coming out of Skull, you guys were right on each other's heels, and then Chex had some issues along the way, but...
Oh, no, Chex.
Yeah, and he missed Torch Glitch there,
so...
Did he just touch Ganon too?
No, he fell in here with 3 hearts.
Okay. Well, missing torch glitch is never fun, but I think Chex has practiced enough that he knows how to get it done as fast as possible.
This was a pretty tough Ganon to do, to get all the spins on in phase 4.
Yeah, he's really playing keep away here in a lot of opposite corners.
I don't like where you're standing. Okay, that's better, Chex. Chex forgot how. Yeah, that's okay.
And Ganon is dead on the other side. Put your GGs in chat for Chex. Oh, he almost fell.
GG, Chex.
Again, while we're waiting for Chex to come in, please give these runners a follow. Chex streams more regularly than Fox does. Fox has got to step up his game. But
I know, I've been skipping my shifts a lot.
They're both really good runners, and I think you should follow them both. Also, follow Sliver here. Don't follow me because I just have been playing Tears of the Kingdom really slowly. So
No. You've been playing it so fast compared to Chex. You're playing maybe 10 times as fast as Chex.
Definitely give Twin a follow. She's very fun to watch on stream, and I like to put her on as my bedtime stream. When you do stream.
I stream at the stupid o'clock. Okay, look, I took a month off because there was some vacation in there. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right. But yeah. So yeah, these two runners do a great job, and we'll be seeing a lot of them in the league. Fox, tell us the league setup. Like, since you're kind of the leader of this league, tell us how the next few weeks of gaming is gonna kind of play out.
Yeah, so there's 3 8-player Swiss brackets, so each player will get each player in those will have 3 races, so that's however many races that is. So that should be a good stream of races on this channel over the next 3 weeks. There's also a group of 5 players doing a round robin bracket that I don't know. I assume some of those will get restreamed as well. I'm sort of the head of the league, I guess, but really Relkin, along with PH and Yurok, are running this season. So I encourage you to ask them questions. A lot of the time my answer is just going to be whatever Relkin says. So I can link the Discord and stuff if people want, but basically if you watch this channel you'll catch a lot of restreams. That's the short version. Hey, GG Chex. Sorry about Turtle Rock.
GG.
Yeah, GG Chex. So I guess what I want to ask is, you guys were basically seconds apart out of Skull Woods, but then when you converged at Turtle Rock, it was a 40 or 45 second difference. Did you just run into trouble in the middle game, or is that just the route?
I think it must be the route, because the worst I did was plus 11 in Mire.
When did you get Ice Rod?
Ice Rod's part of the Water Walk route, which is just after Skull.
I'm just wondering if that affects... I guess you're counting that in whatever you're looking at. Anyway, it doesn't mean that much, because I've only done, this is apparently my 4th finished run, but I did gold Skull, Mire, Ice Swamp, and Turtle Rock, so that probably helped.
Yeah, well, we can't know that because your timer is extremely tiny.
Oh, yeah. It's just on the wrong monitor, so it's easier for me when I'm watching the restream.
And your splits suck.
No, they're great.
Chex, so you got Saha rupees. Malmo was saying it's because you don't like the mushroom lag? Is that?
No, that's not really related.
Oh, okay.
But it is. I would say that is. I think it is related, but it wasn't the cause, because the cause was like, I'm learning this new category and I'm frequently failing tree rupees. So let's just keep start with an easier route. Not to mention, it's an opportunity to get bombs, so we can do fun things with that. Makes Lost Woods easier. So, why not? I'm doing bomb. It doesn't matter that much because we don't need that many bombs in vanilla preset, but it's pretty nice to just like learn the category.
In vanilla, Saha Rupees loses like 4 seconds at most. In this, it's like a second faster because there's no text box, and you get to bomb climb, which saves like a second. Like it's basically break even with Tree Rupees, I'm pretty sure. It's like maybe 2 seconds difference at most. So I think it's like just whatever. If you like it, you should totally do it.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. The rest of the route is questionable, but that is also kind of like like dashing through Zora's domain just saves so many inputs. It's just kind of nice. As long as I pay attention to the dashes, it's quite easy breezy.
Yeah, I did do some testing with Bidey though, and like having to run up to the northeast part of the map twice, just such a time sink. I think we settled on 2.5 seconds difference than just doing Quake and flippers at the same time.
That's it. Okay. Great.
But
I thought it was 4 seconds.
Obviously, do the route that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of things are just really close, and you can do whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to see what you can do with this.
Yeah, it was really neat to see the route divergence. Fox going with the normal, mire first, and then ice into swamp and such, and then you doing swamp first and doing mire. So we got to see a lot.
I would like swamp first more if it actually let you not do ether and mire, but you still have to do ether and mire. So what's the fucking point, man?
No, you don't have to. I don't do ether and mire. I do ether after Skull Woods. That's just because I'm bad.
But I just like, if you're getting hookshot, you got to do the sword climb, right? If you're doing your whole route to get hookshot early and then not sword climbing, feels silly to me.
Yeah, I don't like doing item dashes, so that's why I just don't do that part of it.
Yeah.
Just do another bomb climb.
That's
yeah.
Oh my god.
I'd pick up an extra bomb pod and do the bomb climb.
I don't really have a bomb route. I have no idea what bombs I'm getting. It's fine.
I just like to watch you guys, so I'm just sitting here.
I think so. One thing I learned from Fox was to skip the Hera bomb.
Yeah, that one's a good one to skip. I like that. Ari told me that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we skipped those.
I did have an extra bomb that I used to meme about setting up Specky Clip, but then nobody even noticed, so it was just a waste of time for nothing.
Look, we're doing the best we can.
I appreciate it.
Well, Specky Clip requires the hookshot anyway, so unless you have some other way to get to the statue.
No, I do not.
Okay. Any final thoughts from either of our runners?
This is usually more of a disaster when Fox and I raced, but I had a nice little disaster at the end. I also kept it kind of close to my PB after Swamp because my PB has a skull disaster, so it was pretty pretty solid up till Meyer when things started to fall apart. And then I just couldn't handle Chomps or Poke 1.
Look, Chomps was not your fault. Those guys were just rude.
You got RNG pretty hard.
Kinda, yeah. I think I need more practice, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see.
Can always use more practice than Chomps, honestly. That room is just brutal.
Yeah, my strat was wait for the second cycle, and it just I don't know, didn't really work very well. But yeah, GG's.
I like that you remembered the swamp switch, and you also did switch route in Ice Palace just to like make sure you were hitting enough switches in the route. I think that was smart.
Okay. Yes, I am hitting an extra switch. That's true.
No, that was good.
I had a disconnect at that point. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And then it reconnected.
We got you back. So
and I pushed that swamp lever 2 times because I walked away from it, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that you did the switch route in Ice Palace because it got to show everybody that there's more than one way to do the dungeons here, and you should just do whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that is also a learning gap for me. How much faster would you say is the big key route? Do you know that?
Ari and Yurok timed it. I believe they said it's 6 seconds faster, but you would have to ask them.
Okay, something like that. The downside is that if you don't have any spare magic.
Yeah, you can't use any extra fire rod shots or Samaria blocks at all.
Yeah.
Or else you have to farm the Pengators.
Or berries. There are like 12 berries in your way. But yeah, it's like you lose all the time really fast if you need to do that.
Gotcha. So if I learn that, I'll also want to relearn like some icebreaker backup to make sure I throw a block only one time.
Right.
Can I take this to mention a couple of races coming up?
Absolutely.
All right, so the next races are on Thursday. Only an hour apart, so we'll see. The first race is at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, if I'm reading Discord correctly. And it's Yurok and a Sliver here.
Oh, hey, that's me.
That's you. And then an hour later, we have... I'm so sorry. Mindham versus Bressingham. And yeah, so we have 2 races on Thursday, and then Friday, and then 1 on Friday, and 2 on Sunday so far. Those are just what's scheduled. I don't know how many races still need to be scheduled, but keep an eye on the CSR schedule. Hopefully we can get as many as possible restreamed. Oh, and sign up for comps, please.
All right, Cups, take us out.
Yeah, I gotta do something? Damn it. Well, GG's, both Fox and Chex. Best of luck next week. Please, if you haven't, for some ungodly reason, go follow them right now. Fix that. As well as our comms tonight, Sean and Twin. Appreciate you both. Thank you very much. Will be it for us tonight here on ZSR, but keep an eye out on the schedule. Plenty more coming up in the next few days. Please come back and join us. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the night?
I, as a general rule, have no thoughts in my head, so not from me.
Thank you, ZSR.
Well, until next time, all, thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe out there, and we will see you back here again soon. Have a good night.